Am I the asshole for not staying home for my Eras tour stop because my sister-in-law's mom died?
I knew it. Do you want to get into our little life update before we even get into this story? Or let's just save it for the end?
What's the life update?
Our
Taylor Swift
heirs,
is in
our,
town
our heirs
currently.
tour Toronto Walk.
Yes, we walked by the Rogers Center last night because we live close by.
We'll tell you all the details at the end in our life updates.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. I am currently on my flight to Indianapolis to see the Eras Tour on Saturday. I bought tickets last year and have been booked and ready with my outfit, friendship bracelets, etc. I have been looking forward to this so much as someone who has been a fan since Red.
Sorry. When what album did you become a fan at?
Debut. Even before debut.
Is the debut the first one? Oh, we got a lifer Swifty over here.
Yes. I've been a fan since I'd Lie. The
What's
Swifties
that?
will know. It's an unreleased song, like one of
Okay.
her firsts.
How do you know it if it's unreleased?
It was on YouTube. I don't know.
Sounds released then.
No, it was never released.
Okay.
My sister-in-law Grace told the family last night that her mom died. This is truly heartbreaking. I lost my dad when I was 20, so I understand. I went over after work to be with them and also did their laundry for them and fixed them dinner. Before I left, I prepared a bunch of wraps to eat and some casseroles as well. I was there until 2 a.m. and I've barely slept. I got a call this morning from Grace asking if I could come over and spend the morning with her. I told her that unfortunately I had a few things I had to do before I could leave for my concert. She got very quiet and asked me if I was still going to that. I told her yes, I leave in 5 hours for the airport. She said that she couldn't believe I could still think about going to a concert when she had just become an orphan with no one in the world but our family, which is true. I told her that I'm so sorry and that when I get back I will take off a few days to be with her if she needs. But that this is something that I have been looking forward to, and also my friends coming with me are counting on me for things like a hotel, rental car, etc. She got angry and told me that I was a horrible sister-in-law, and that she hopes when my mom dies, everyone abandons me too. I know this is the shocking grief talking, so I am truly not mad at her. When my dad died, I said some pretty chaotic things too. But as I'm sitting here on the flight, I feel so bad. I did everything I could think of before leaving to make the day-to-day banalities of life a little easier for them. There won't be a funeral, so there's no real big plan involved. Am I the asshole for still going on this trip despite my sister-in-law really not having a lot of other people to be there for her?
I don't think so at all. I mean, from the way that I see it, it's your sister-in-law's mom, so it's not like your family member. But honestly, even if your parent had died, you still have full rights to grieve how you want to grieve. If you still want to go to the Taylor Swift comment, and no matter who in your life concert, what did I say?
Comment.
What concert? If you still want to go to the Taylor Swift concert, no matter who in your life died, that is your choice to deal with the grief how you want to grieve. And it's your sister-in-law, so your brother married her. Like, it's your brother's job to support her, not you. You don't become the benefacto sister just because your brother got married. It's not your responsibility. You're not her caretaker. So I don't think so. I think no matter who in your life dies, like, it's your choice whether you still want to go to the concert or not. Like, you can grieve how you want to grieve, but you aren't really even grieving. I don't want to say that because you kind of are, but it's not going to hit you as hard as it's hitting her, obviously.
Okay, so top comment is info. Is this your sibling's spouse or your spouse's sibling? And in either case, why isn't your sibling or your spouse stepping up to support her? He replies, it's my brother's wife and he is supporting her.
So, is it?
Because we don't know, when sister-in-law is said, we don't know if it's your brother's spouse or your spouse's sibling.
Spouse's... oh, yeah. I guess it could have been... I took it as her brother's.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
For me, it defacted to her brothers because if it was...
to me, your words today!
My God. It defaulted to being her brother's wife because if it was her husband's sister, he would also be grieving his mom. Yes. So it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
It only had to make sense through it being her brother's wife. That's the only way it made sense to me.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, you have, even if it wasn't Taylor Swift, like even if it was
No, I
something
know. What
else
if it was
that
just
was
a regular
planned
trip?
for a
Like,
year,
yeah.
non-refundable everything, like I
Yeah.
wouldn't be
What if it
canceling
was
that
even
trip.
like a party or something? Like that was local that she didn't have to fly out to. And it was like a friend's graduation or something. Like something significant.
Yeah, I don't.
I even think like something like less significant than a concert that you've planned for years. I think you still have every right to go and live your life.
Yeah, you have a right to do what you want to do.
Yes. Like even if it's like a friend's birthday, like
Yeah.
you can still go to that party. Like it doesn't have to be you've been planning it for years or whatever. Like it's still something that like you want to do, and like yes, she is grieving, but it's not really your responsibility to
No.
be there for her. And like yes, it sounds like you are close, but she can't expect you to stop living your life.
No, exactly. Her husband is there for that support person.
Yeah.
That's what he signed up for. He took vows. He put a ring on his finger. That's what he committed to.
Yes.
Sister-in-law did not commit to that.
Yes, exactly.
OP did not commit to sister-in-law to that.
So
also, she's really nice and forgiving. I am not this forgiving. She told me that she hopes when my mom dies that everyone abandons me too. I wouldn't forgive that.
I understand there's grief involved, and sometimes like you say things in anger, but that is an unforgivable statement to me.
Seems like it. And
that's really harsh.
And I don't know if I'm just an unforgivable person, because I kind of am. You know me, I'm kind of like, don't say things unless you mean them. You just, I've been judged a little harshly on that a bit. But that seems just like something that's like, you can't take that back once you say that. So I would be, she's like, I know my dad died. I said some pretty chaotic things too, but yeah, I don't know.
She's a really understanding. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that comment where OP said it's my brother's wife and he is supporting her, that top comment or user replied saying, "You need to call your brother and tell him to step it up. Whatever he is doing is inadequate."
Yeah, and then the next person says, "There's nothing that he can do. I lost my mom a month ago. The grief and rage are blinding. Sister-in-law will think clearly eventually, but not right now." I understand. Like what more? Like, it could be yes and no. Like, there could be nothing more that he could do, or there could be,
maybe. But when the sister-in-law is asking for OP's support, that means that she needs something.
Is she not getting enough from her husband?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had to yet experience that grief. So I don't know. I have no idea. The most that I have experienced was like my grandma passing away when I was 14, 15, grade 10. That one hit me really hard. Like really hard. I remember being really emotional for it. But then when my grandfather died, when I was that before I met you?
No, it was during. I was in the Netherlands.
So that was 20.
It would have been 2019, yeah.
So that would have been like 25. I feel like I had seen that one coming for so long that it didn't hurt me as much. And I feel like when I was 25, I was in a very emotionalist state of my life. I was a very cold person. I feel like I've warmed up a lot since then.
Yes.
So I feel like when that happened, like I didn't feel the loss as much as it was when my grandmother died. So I can't imagine like what it would actually be like when my parent dies.
Yeah.
And it seems like they are younger too, right? Like their ages. Do we get ages or anything?
I don't think so.
No? Well, she's going to see a Taylor Swift tour and she's been a fan since Red. So I'm going to assume 20s to 30s.
Yeah.
Ish.
She said, I lost my dad when I was 20. So at least that gives a benchmark.
Right. So yeah, I would say somewhere around 30. The loss for her mom is probably unexpected. The unexpected loss, I feel like, is very hard to grieve. If you watch your parent get old and deteriorate, I feel like it's a bit different than a sudden death that cripples you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. But I don't think OP should feel guilty.
No, I don't think OP is a guilty party in this situation. You married my husband or my brother. My brother made that commitment to you, not me. I've had this, even if it wasn't like Taylor Swift and it was even just like regular Mexico vacation or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you could be the asshole.
Yeah. Okay.
Back to me.